morning, Dragons. Thank you for joining me for our interactive notebook pages. Here I have the math operation words page. You'll see on the website that I downloaded and put in this sheet for you. These are the words that we're sorting, and we want to sort them according to these operations here. So if you need a minute to go look at that list, I'd like you to pause the video, go check that list out, and try to get as many into the different categories as you can. Now, feel free to print this out and work on it this way. I'm going to fill it in here, cut this out, and paste it under the flaps. Or you simply could just open the flaps and write on your notebook paper, whichever you choose. So if you're ready, I'm going to continue with the categories that each of the words fits into. The whole point of this activity is to know how words translate into actual mathematical expressions. This can be very confusing for students of all levels. Even I get confused sometimes on which operation something is. So I'm setting up the page. This is the one you could download if you'd like. And I'm just going to walk through these words. I have an answer key, but there was one word that wasn't on the answer key, and we'll get to it in a minute. Okay, so hopefully you went through the list and you made an attempt. In the multiplication category, words such as of, per, every, doubled, multiplied. Hopefully that one seems obvious. Twice. Each. And then product. Those are your key vocabulary words there. The one that wasn't on the answer key, and I think we could give a good argument that its multiplication was by. And I thought about this, and I thought perhaps it was division, but the reason I thought it was multiplication was because sometimes when we talk in just regular terms, we might say, that room is 12 by 14, or that square is 3 inches by, 3 inches. And when we say that, we really mean the area is 3 inches times 3 inches. So I think we can make a very valid argument that by, by, could live in this category. As far as division goes, each given, divided evenly, quotient, with all the decimal division we did, I hope quotient's becoming part of your vocabulary. Ratio, I don't know if you remember that, but that was A over B. That was fractional form. Split. And average. And we're going to get into average in just a couple weeks when we work in statistics and probability. Next, the subtraction category have a lot of words off the list. We have decrease. We have difference. Left. Lost, change, subtract, fell. Fell reminds me of the integer studies we did when we looked at the thermometers, and it would fall a certain amount of degrees, and we would look for the distance. Take away, that should be familiar from elementary school. Minus, fewer, dropped, that's another thermometer term. Less than, be careful, kids always want to use that inequality less than sign here, and it doesn't always mean that. We have gave, how many more, cut, and remain. I think I got them all there. If I didn't, I'm sure you'll let me know. Addition. Decent list here too. We've got and, plus, all together, and, plus, all together. Combined, in all, both, more, total, both, more, total, add, increase, join, sum, raise, and they put times in here, but that does not feel right. Let me look at the answer key. Times should definitely be multiplication. Let's put times up here. All right, parentheses. I find the parentheses mostly the most interesting part. Here's what we have for that one. Twice the sum of if you're wondering, how do we know parentheses? My opinion is you should hear two operations. Twice, I hear multiplication. And then the sum of, in my ears, I hear addition. When I hear two operations, that's when I think parentheses. Next, times the sum of. Plus the difference of. Times the difference of. And then quantity. Quantity may not feel so obvious. I'm going to try to make a really good job for you of using the word properly in some of the example problems so you can understand how quantity indicates parentheses. And then the equal category, they didn't have too many on the list. We've got equal to, equals, the same as, is, or are. All right, so that is the list. I'm also going to take a picture and add it to the other pictures about the interactive notebook. I'm going to cut this out and glue it right under the flaps. You don't need to watch me do that. So if you've got this all filled out, you are completed with page 13. Thank you for joining me.